Greetings again from Dr. Bill Wyatt, and we're going to talk today about the first of twin boys that were born to the pastor or the gentleman that we just put a video on, and how alike these people are is amazing. So with go any further than that, we'll just go in and show this pretty quick, and you can connect this video with the one you'll see the father and both sons. I don't know which one came first, but this is one of the twin boys right here, and show how alike all of these are, even to their father. So let's get moving here. This is the start of the young man. When we started, we had braces on him, and he had a malocclusion almost identical to his father's. This was 1997, and the father was treated in 1973, I believe. And this would be just almost identical to the way the father was. Well, not identical, but extremely close to how the father is, and how his these were identical twins, so they'll be kind of mirror images of each other. Now at this point we've got a definite class 2 malocclusion. There's no question about that. You can see where the 6-year molars are, and the lower 6-year molar should be out in front, out here, something like it's the front of the molar should be out in this area, right like that. And so that about the amount of distance you got in here. And so this young man started out like that. His father started the same way, or very similar. You can go back and look at that video, and then as he got about 15, between 15 and 17, something like that, his bottom jaw grew forward and lined it up in a class 1. I didn't have to pull it that much. So let's go ahead and look at the other side. It's class 2, same amount of space out there. This is 1997. You can see the overjet, the overbite. Looking in from the back side, you can see very similar to his father. Now this model right here, I have his brother, and this tooth is just like that, and this tooth is that way. These two are not the same in there, but it's amazing. These twin mirror images of each other. And this tooth right here would be over on the other side. This tooth here would be over on this side. And it's amazing the mirror image that they are. All right, here we go. Looking at that. And let's just run through this pretty quick. It's no big deal in the orthodontic part of it. We tried tongue thrust deal on this young man. We put a little pocket on the upper retainer, and this is the malocclusion that he showed up with. And here it is, 1997. And that's the way his lower anterior teeth were. Here he is later on down the line, and his teeth are straightened up. He's about 15 or 16 at this age, and he's a handsome young man, and his teeth are just as nice as they can be. He has a slight protrusion of the chin. It's not out maybe like you might like for it to be, but is a nice looking guy. And we've got other pictures of him here where he had a little more hair on his head, but real nice young man, and his brother is too. And so here we are finishing him up, and this is 01, and we're in the midst of lining those teeth up into, but we didn't have to pull very much to get him out there. And this is 01, 10 of 01 right here, and we've got him going this much, and there's a pocket we put on the tongue palate. We put in the palate to kind of hold the tongue back to train that, and it trained pretty easy. Here is a little. Now, I don't have the date on this, but this must be earlier. But the same guy. And there's his teeth when we finished. And here we are. And this is 05. This is several years after we started him in 97, I believe. And this is 05. And that's lined up quite good. And this was the way he looked when he started. Now I'm going to go back to something a little happier to close on. But the teeth look great. And this is the smile that the guy had after we got through. No evidence of class 2 at all. It just kind of grew out there with us. We just kind of rode along with the development of both of these young men. It's unusual to have this happen. I started his father back in 1973, I believe, is when we started him. And the dad, you get that video, look at what he looks like now. So I'm going to close out and say, hope you enjoy this, and hope you get something from the genetics that affects our whole body. You know, I mean, we may do certain things to alter it to some extent, but genetics is a very strong force in the development of the human being, I guess, of anything. So I'm going to hang up, and hope you enjoy us. Enjoy our group and subscribe to our channel. We'd like to have you. This is an unusual case for me in that I was on a pulpit committee that went out and got his grandfather to come preach at the church I was at. And then his father was born after that, and I was his dentist. And then he was born back in 97, it was just about. And these young men now are probably in their late 20s, but I hope that we might be able to get pictures of them. I don't know where they are. Well, their folks told me where they are. So we'll holler at you later. Thanks for watching, and I'm going to close out here and say goodbye.